Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Alyssa, and on this channel I create budgeting content, planning content, and side hustle content. So if any of that does sound interesting to you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button in the bottom corner right here and follow along on my journey to paying off over $200,000 in cumulative student loan debt, not including any interest that is now accruing because it is the payments are starting again and interest is accruing, but I'm doing what I can through side hustles and just conscious budgeting to pay that off. Ideally, my goal was by 30. I am 26 right now, so we'll see if that happens, but I am really crossing my fingers. I'm hustling. I'm trying my best to get that all done, so we'll just see what happens. So follow along on that journey. I also do some planning content through the Leverage Planner. This is obviously the Budget by Paycheck workbook, and then I oftentimes create side hustle content as well, which I hope to get more into, especially in 2024. I'm debating if I want to do a whole separate channel on side hustle content and keep this very focused on budgeting and planning, but I'm not quite sure yet. I am still pondering that idea. So anyhow, on this video today, we will be setting up the second half of October, so the 15th through the 31st. This is the calendar that we set up at the very beginning of the month, and we've already closed out the first half of October, so if you haven't watched that video, make sure you watch it before and the setup video because it is helpful context to what this video is. So we have all of my extracurricular activities when bill comes out. I don't know why I didn't highlight all of this. Normally I do highlight them depending on the budget categories, but maybe I was just super lazy. I don't know. So anyhow, we're going to move on to setting up the second half of October. I love setting up my budget and then making all these transfers because then I can get this money into my high yield savings account and it starts accruing that positive interest. So we have October 15th through October 31st. So we are W-2 employees. So I get paid twice a month. I get paid on the 15th and the last day of the month, but I get paid on the 15th and the last day of the month. So technically I get 2 paychecks in this pay period, but I just don't even look at that last day of the month paycheck until the 1st. So I go from the 1st to the 14th and then the 15th through the 28th or 30th or 31st, depending on the month. So W-2, we have $1,800. And then of course we have side hustle income, which is $240 from trivia. I am a trivia host. I host 2 shows every week. So it is a nice thing to do in the evening times when I really wouldn't be doing anything else and making a little bit of extra income every month. And then savings, we are pulling $1,000 from savings. And then payback, I believe my work will be sending me a reimbursement check for a trip that I went on in September. So that should be hitting my mailbox and I can deposit that check. And I can use all that money to pay off my, is I always put it on a credit card because it's okay, well, I might as well be earning points and I don't just have that casually in my checking account. So I will be using all of that to pretty much pay off some debt here. But let's calculate the total income. So we've got $1,800 plus $240 plus $1,000 plus $1,400 gives us $4,440, which is a really nice solid number. And sorry if you can hear it actually pouring rain outside. It is the wet season now in Seattle, so we're all just doing what we can. I will definitely hang out mostly inside today. So rent is due on the 15th, which I save a half of every paycheck, so that is $400. And then utilities, I've been saving $100 every paycheck. Now, my utilities every month are not $200. I actually have taken on some bills from my old roommate who had left, and then once I get those bills, I pay it, and then I collect the money from my current roommates. So I just want to make sure I have that money in place to be able to pay those off, especially if they take a while to pay me back. I don't have to be waiting on them because, we've all got busy lives here. And then we have Spotify, which I do need to start tracking the payments on this because I mainly use it for my trivia. So that will be a business expense when taxes come. I need to start keeping better track of that. But it is $11. And then student loan, this is probably the last paycheck where I will be considering this a savings. next paycheck going into November, it's going to start being considered as a debt, and I'm going to make the payment like directly to the student loan company versus saving it and then making like one mass payment every month. I'm just going to start doing it more consistently, and I might start raising up this number too. My total for basically my student loan payment every month is $1,062. So if I minus $300 and I minus $300 for each paycheck, I'm still short $462. I have built myself a nest egg in my high yield savings account to cover that $462 probably for the next 3 or 4 months, because my income is so heavily based on like commission. Wow, it is pouring outside. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there is literal like a river falling off my neighbor's roof right now. It is insane and outside my window. Anyhow, sidetracked comment there. Where were we? Student loan. So I built myself a nest egg in my high yield savings account. It's good for about 3, maybe 4 months. I can stretch it. But because my income, I have a really low base salary, and then I have to wait until clients pay to be able to get my commission for that. So I've been taking some commission and putting that in my savings account for the student loans. I'm sure you've noticed it throughout the budgeting, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. So I hope to like raise this number in the coming months, and just be like better at saving for that. And there's a lot of updates I want to share with you guys, but I'm gonna hold off probably until like December to share that with you, because I haven't fully made a decision yet on some certain life changes that would greatly impact my W-2, if you're catching on to my drift here. So student loan we've got covered. So car insurance, this is also something else I save for in twos. So every paycheck I have been saving $65. I have quite a little nest egg for that, so I might drop that in the coming months until my insurance is due, or I might just keep it like that and continue building that nest egg. And the boxing gym, also something that I save for in two, so this is $93. And then we have Peacock, which is a streaming service, which is due on the 21st, and that is $6. And then LA Fitness, which is the gym, $24, due on the 24th, and that is $50. So that's everything that has a set date. And then we have Acorns. So let's see let's go back to the calendar. So for Acorns, it comes out every Wednesday, $20. So that will be $20 and $40. And then we have Merrill, which is for a Roth that I have been saving for. So we have 1, 2, 3 Mondays. So that means it will be $45. And then I have 1 therapy session for this pay period. So that's $25. All right, therapy. All right, so let's add all of these fixed expenses up. We have 400 plus 100 plus 11 plus 300 plus 65 plus 93 plus 6 plus 50 plus 40 plus 45 plus 25 gives us $1,135 in total fixed expenses for these 2 weeks. And then if we take that $4,440 minus 1,135 gives us $3,305 left over for the rest of the budget. So now for fixed expenses here, we need to do grocery, and we are going to budget $100 for grocery. Eating out, we're going to budget $125, because man, guys, it is so expensive to eat out here in Seattle. Gas and car, we're going to budget $60 for that. Investments, so this is on top of the Acorns and the Merrill. This will be $20. And then fun and entertainment, we're going to budget $100 for. Holiday, budgeting $25 for anything really for Halloween. I haven't really planned anything, but you never know. Self-care, we're going to budget $50 for. Miscellaneous is also $50. Travel and vacay is going to be $0. And then pets is $28. So adding that all up, we have $100, plus 125 plus 60 plus 20 plus 100 plus 25 plus 50 plus 50 plus 28 gives us 558, which is pretty consistent for like what I normally have every month for variable expenses. And if we go back to even September, 510, 535. So yeah, we're like pretty consistent in variable expenses, which is really good. So then taking that $3,305, which we had left over from fixed expenses, subtracting the 558 gives us $2,747. So $2,747. So now for sinking funds, remember all side hustle income goes towards sinking funds. So our total should be $240 at the end of it. So we have deductible. Oops, if I can do that correctly, spell it. We have $30. Then we have medical, oopsies, expenses. We're going to budget 25. 2024 vacay is 35. Car maintenance, we have 25. Self-care, we have 25 as well. Future fun, we have 40. And then just regular vacations for the rest of this year. I have one more in December. So that's going to be $30. And then pets, we're going to budget $30 as well. So adding that all up, we have 30 plus 25 plus 35 plus 25 plus 25 plus 40 plus 30 plus 30 gives us exactly 240. So we've got that. So we have 2,747 minus 240 leaves us with $2,507 left over, pretty much all for debt. So because I have gotten myself into some credit card debt, which is super annoying, mainly on my Alaska Airlines credit card, all over summer. So next year we're really gonna have to put like a summer sinking fund in place, maybe even starting it this year. I have decided I'm going to take some money from my savings, like various sinking funds that I think are like well already funded, and I still have time to continue funding them before like that big payment is due. $1,000 just to like kind of cut back on that total amount of debt and any interest that will occur. So knowing that I have a payback of $1,400 from my work, and that all goes towards the Alaska Airlines credit card, I am going to put about $2,000 of this towards my Alaska card. So the $1,400 plus an additional $600, and then $507 towards my Discover credit card. So that should leave us total debt payoff of $2,507, leaving us with $0 for the end of this pay period. Hopefully this works out the way it should be and that check hits my account so I don't accrue any type of interest on my credit card. I've been really good so far of not gaining any interest, so I would like to keep that up because I don't want to give the credit card company free money. Then it kind of like cancels out any type of rewards that I've had from them. So hopefully this video was helpful for you. Come back in a few days for when I guess in like 2 weeks essentially, theoretically. But because I'm behind on videos, it's probably going to be just a couple of days for you guys. Come back so we close out this budget, and then we will dive into November. And then we only have, I guess, total after this video, we only have 4 more budgets this year. We have 2 in November, so the 1st and then the 15th, and then December, the 1st and the 15th. So then it's 2024, which is absolutely wild. So I appreciate each and every one of you following along on this journey. Please make sure you give the video a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video very soon. Bye, everyone.